Really pleased to see a room full, and of course lots of people online as well. So I'm hoping that you're going to enjoy this, which is our 10th annual symposium as the Milner Therapeutics Institute. So as Tony said, the Milner is unique. We're about connecting people across our ecosystem, across the different types of company and academia to try and move things forward. Our absolute aim is to help you folks move your ideas to patients. That's what we're here to do. And we use, we work with academics, with small biotech, with service companies, with big pharma, anyone who can help us to connect and move things forward. That is the intention, is to support the translational pathway through these organizations. And very importantly, for me personally, as a pharmacologist, is that I believe we need to improve how we do drug discovery and how we identify the best targets to use. And so the Milner is taking forward different ways to actually improve human-based drug discovery. So the Milner has 3 parts: partnerships, research, and enterprise, and I will show you a little bit about them at top level. But the whole team is completely enabled by the communications team who organize events like this, so thank you very much to the communications team, and the business operations team. All of these people tend not to be seen, but actually ensure that the Milner continues to deliver, so thank you to them. And I get the opportunity to stand up here and tell you about the Milner's success, the success of this overall team in delivering things. So I will move that forward. So firstly, partnerships. The Milner was started by Tony around collaborating between academia and pharma to deliver joint collaborations. The Milner has grown. We now have 9 companies and 3 academic institutes. I'm really hopeful that very soon we'll be 10 companies, and the representative of that company, unnamed, is in the audience. So we're really pleased to have them joining us. So our plan is that we help you as companies in this consortium and academic institutes to move forward your research. We are a pathway to joint research between these various groups and throughout Cambridge. The agreement that covers this and enables it was first put in place in 2015, and we've just renewed it through till 2029. A really interesting point is that since that, we've started doing our own research, but we also, and what is, I think, becoming increasingly important for the consortium, is actually giving companies first sight of those startups. As I will say, we've got startups in the Milner, and that first sight of startups and the wider ecosystem of startups around Cambridge is a really important part of us, and which we give a lot of sight to for our innovation board, which runs the consortium. So to date, we have had 180 project proposals overall, 720 direct introductions of pharma industry with the academics, in excess of 15 million of research funding raised, and that 80 startup pictures is just the start. This ecosystem has lots of startups, and we want to give you sight of them because they're part of the picture going forward. A number of co-publications have been done, and we have 1 project that resulted in a follow-up clinical trial. As Tony said, we have a very exciting partnership this year with Flagship Pioneering. We're really pleased to work with a group who are truly innovative in their approach. And the aim is that us and Cambridge University Health Partners accelerate biotech and innovation in and around Cambridge. We are the first flagship partner in the UK and Europe, and you will later on be fortunate to have a presentation from Norbert Afeyan, founder and CEO of Flagship Pioneering. Now, it's not just big pharma. The ecosystem we're working in to get things translated involves all shapes and sizes of company. So our affiliate members, you probably can't read all these, cover a lot of ground. Startups, SMEs, drug discovery assays and tools and services companies, AI and data science companies, and the broader companies covering the life sciences ecosystem. Our plot is to actually connect these to each other, to academia, to pharma, make collaborations that deliver therapeutics. That jumped, I think. Okay. So, moving on to the research piece. This group in the Milner Institute at Addenbrooke's actually is looking to do what I said around human target discovery. So the group actually is founded to develop human, often patient-derived, complex models of disease, which we can then format and work so that we can actually do high-throughput approaches to target ID and discovery. And on this slide, you have the intestinal GI epithelium patient-derived models from that group, some beautiful models working very nice and published recently. And at the bottom is our new functional genomics kit, which enables all of this. And it has to be said, what we're doing here is unique. We are using 3D complex models and doing functional genomic screening. It's not easy, but we're along the way solving the problems that come up in achieving that. So the functional genomic screening lab actually kicked off in 2022 with an MRC CapEx grant. This whole thing is a collaboration between AstraZeneca, the Medical Research Council, and the University of Cambridge, and as in the Milner. So then 3 partners have come together to make this work. So the CapEx grant came in 22. Our first lead joined, and we had a proposal call because we're making a call for models of disease from across the UK academic and SME space. And we are starting to incorporate the projects, and our first projects are in the system and moving forward now. So we've made good progress. We'll be delivering data very soon, and I think it's a really exciting thing to do. Anyone that wants to actually get involved in this and has great models, please come and talk to us. As Tony said, we this year did an MOU with Yonsei University in South Korea. And we're exploring different collaborations with them in the healthcare space. And what we have is something very special in that we will have access to that Yonsei IBM System 1 state-of-the-art superconducting quantum computing system. That is a system much more powerful than anything else in the UK at this time. And together with Namshik Han, who is already working in this space in the Milner, we will be aiming to set up true collaborations, probably around target ID, but we're prepared to consider other aspects as well. But Namshik has already published in this space, and I think there's a huge potential to try to do what I said at the beginning, choose the best targets for human disease. And I think this is a really important addition to what we're doing. And we'd be very, very keen to hear from anyone interested in discussing that. So please come and talk to us. The last, but certainly not least, a part of the Milner is our enterprise piece. And here we're genuinely talking about the other way of translating things. And all of these different routes to translation to patients often work together, but an important one these days is entrepreneurship. So Tony leads Cambridge Gravity, and this group here actually now are doing entrepreneurial education at scale. In 24-25, in this group, we actually did mentoring for 230 fellows across 30 Cambridge departments. If we actually create startups, and they're not all from us, some of them come to us from other places, we try to give them space. So in the JCBC building in Addenbrooke's, we have space at the moment for 10 companies who get to share both lab and office space, mentoring, access to those consortium partners, to those affiliate partners, all with the aim of getting enough data to move their project forward and achieve the funding going forward. And some of them even, they stay with us about 18 to 24 months and then move on to other lands where they're growing and increasing their funding and what they're delivering. This group has actually delivered a lot. So far, the group of companies that we've worked with have secured over 100 million of funding, created 168 jobs, and 36 patents. We hope to do a lot more. We're hoping to expand our startup space and help more companies grow and deliver the data that's needed to move things forward. The last thing I wanted in terms of our activities is to highlight Cambridge NeuroWorks. So this is a collaboration with ARIA, and we are here doing entrepreneurship for neurotech. And it's a fun scheme to be involved in. So the Milner is running the what if piece, ideation, what sort of technologies can we deliver that we believe that we can test and move forward towards patients? How do we do that? And if it does look good, we can move them into a proof of concept format of the fellowships and then potentially onto company building. This is such a hot area now. I believe this is a way that we can actually treat neurodiseases that straightforward drugs on their own have not succeeded with yet. So I think it's very exciting. For me, the scheme is very exciting because, apart from being rather fun, is also an approach whereby the aim for our fellows is to come in with an idea, test it, and if it fails, we see that as a positive, and we can then turn it round again, and they can come up with new ideas, new and better ideas to take forward through the system. So it's a totally new way of funding research, actually. And these are our first 6 fellows, covering a whole range of technologies from improving mobility in Parkinson's, AI models for neurological intervention, wearable brain imaging for dementia, ear-worn devices for neurological health, neuromodulation for anxiety, and biofeedback devices for stroke. So they are our full-time fellows. We also, on top of that, have 20 part-time fellows who get involved in our course and teaching and discussion, and they bring with them another 20 technologies. So you can see we're covering a lot of ground here and hopefully helping to test a lot of different technologies that might deliver for patients. So the Milner Institute is growing. Its reach is growing. We run this symposium every year, but actually there's much more. We have newsletter, our social media is well used. We have a lot of interactions with social media every day and every week. And we also have a Connect Health Tech system that helps us to run some of our projects, including Cambridge NeuroWorks. So that is the Milner at top level. Any of it you want to discuss with us, we'd be more than happy to do so. And I'm hoping that you're going to enjoy this so much that you want to put this date in your calendar for next year. So this is next year's date for this symposium. So this is the program for the first session, and it's going to be chaired by Madeleine Lancaster. And I thought I should actually do a little bit of introduction for Madeleine. Madeleine is a group leader in cell biology division of the Research Council Laboratory for Molecular Biology, where she joined in 2015 after working as a postdoctoral fellow at the Austrian Academy of Sciences in Vienna. Research that Madeleine does is in the brain development space using organoids started from stem cells to allow in vitro modeling of neurological diseases. So, Madeleine.